This video is brought to you by Power Performance Products, where you can get $10 off your purchase of Body Storm and Body Effects.
Spencer Lazara, MMA Interviews. We're here at Samurai Pro. I'm alongside big man Vinny Magalhaes. Just got a nice victory there, man, but you didn't get submission of the night. You told me you were. What happened?
You know, I don't make those decisions. And I'll be honest with you, I just got a check from the UFC last week, so I got a submission tonight bonus. I mean, I got like a prize for it, but I didn't get the whole like, oh, you got a submission tonight. So I can't complain. You know, my first fight back in the UFC, like I got a quick submission somehow quickly. You know, like it wasn't like it didn't go to decision, so it was somehow quick, like a quick fight. So I'm happy. I didn't care about the money, to be honest with you. If the UFC had got me the 65K, 60, whatever they gave to Jones, like it would have been awesome. You know, it would be like good money to be in my bank. But like that was not the point. The point for me is to get the win, and I got the win, so I was happy.
But you did feel, of course, like you said, your submission was more technical, was a more beautiful submission.
More technical, yes, it was, but also like it was not the fight was not nowhere as big as the title fight. So it's like you have to think all those things. You know, if somebody gets a submission in a title fight, of course, that's gonna weigh much more than just a regular fight. My fight is just a regular fight in the undercard, so like all those things have to have some weight.
Were you surprised when he shot in on you?
Somehow it was, like I think it was just such like a bad strategy. Like he could have just like kept the fight standing. Of course, I would have closed the distance anyways. But like take me down, that's like taking it to another level. It's like, well, he could have just kept in the clinch, tried to like throw knees, try to punch me from there. But like take me down, like he took the fight to another level, which is like just helped me. So it was a little surprising for sure.
We were talking about your deviated septum going on, and you were breathing through your mouth. Talk about that, and you are going to get surgery. I understand.
I try to get the surgery done like through the UFC. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it because like they only gonna cover like things that happen during like training camp or during a fight, and this is just a problem that I've been having for the last couple of years. So I don't think they're gonna cover it, but I'm gonna end up doing it like probably after the next fight because now I want to get a fight like as quick as possible. So I might just take another fight, breathing like crap, but like I'll take another fight before I get the surgery done.
You had said Phil Davis was the guy that you wanted to fight, right? But he just got announced. Now he's fighting Forrest.
Yeah, now he's fighting Forrest. Actually, no. Let's just fix that. Like, I didn't say that I want to fight Phil Davis next. I said, well, like at one point, I don't want to fight Phil Davis. That's a fight that I would like to take. But like I understand rankings. Like Phil Davis at this point, like even though I feel like he's an awesome matchup for me, I just got in the UFC, got my first win. My UFC record is just still like 1-2. So it's like I kind of just get in there like and been calling like all the top 10 guys out like like it sounded like I did, and I understand that Phil Davis is probably like top number like 6 or 7 now. So it wouldn't make sense for me to be calling him out for my next fight. But eventually, like after 1 win or like 2 wins, why not?
Yeah, I mean stylistically is what you meant more or less, that it's a good fight.
It is a good fight. Yeah, it is a good fight. Like as much as people would say that oh, both these guys are shit on their feet, like they're like very like shitty. Like I feel like I do have an advantage there, and like what he's much better than me, which is wrestling. Like what he's gonna do, like take me down. It's like I don't think that's a good a good thing for him to do. So it's like, yeah, it would be just like Igor if he took me down. So I would like that fight in the future for sure. But I have like so many goals in the UFC now. So like I'm not really thinking about Phil Davis now. I want to win like another fight against a guy like from the bottom to like middle of the division. Then fight Bader again. That's the fight that I want. And I signed 4 fights with the UFC, so there are many fights that I can still pick, and Phil Davis would be one of them. But I'm not like I don't want that to be my next fight. Of course, it cannot even be my next fight anymore since Forrest took that one from me.
And Chael Sonnen just announced as the TUF coach. Are we going to see you on there as a jiu-jitsu coach, perhaps?
I don't know how that works. Chael, I'll be training with Chael, that's for sure. For the 6 weeks that he's going to be in Vegas, I'll be training with him. He talked about having me on the show with him, but I don't know like how that works. I've never seen like a UFC fighter being like an official assistant coach. I've seen UFC fighters doing like appearances, like as a guest coach or like stuff like that. But I've never seen them like as a full-time coach. So I don't know if I'm gonna take the gig like as a assistant coach like full-time. But I'm sure I'll be doing a couple appearances likely. And but here's the thing too, the reason why they don't have like UFC fighters, maybe that's because they don't want to mess up their training, but I live in Vegas, so I could be full-time if there's no issue with it.
Of course, when they had the last one, they had a live one, both those entire teams were basically out there training together, Team Alpha Male and Alliance.
That's right, yeah, that's true. But there's no coaches, they were all like UFC fighters at that point, and so I don't know if they would actually allow me to be like a full-time coach, assistant coach. But either way, I'll be training with Chael because I think that's going to be good for me. Like I said, eventually I want to fight Davis. My next fight, like hopefully, could be like someone like Hamill. So training with a wrestler would be great for me too.
And he came out and said that he will. John Jones came out and said that he'll submit Chael Sonnen. Didn't seem like you thought that was funny.
It's not like I thought it was funny that he was going to submit Chael, but here's the thing, like, Jones has good submissions. Don't get me wrong, but he also has like a lot of like, you know, holes like in his ground game. Like you could have seen when he fought Vitor. Vitor is a black belt, so people go like based on that. Oh yeah, Vitor is a black belt. Jones doesn't even have a belt, but Vitor's not known for submitting anybody in MMA. And when you're talking about, well, he's not known for submitting anybody, but he's good. Even worse, like he's not known for like submitting anybody in MMA. Period. And when you get somebody to get somebody, almost break somebody's arm like off his back, that's how much you can tell that the guy might not be that good, like, you know, when it comes to ground game, because it's not easy to be getting submission off like on you on your back. And Vitor, who's a guy who's not that, you know, who's not known for being like good on the ground, almost like broke his arm like with like being like on the bottom. So it's like I feel like Chael has a good chance, you know. Like here's the thing: is John's favorite? Maybe he's gonna be like, you know, in this fight he's probably like a bigger like favorite than he was like in all his fights combined. But like I think Chael has a chance. And as for John submitting him, I don't think so. You know, I don't see John submitting him like Chael like off his back, and that's how likely he's going to be at.
You've obviously trained with a lot of 205 guys, Forrest and different guys out there in Vegas. How does Chael's strength match up now that he's going to be going up in weight?
Chael's a pretty big dude. When I started training with Chael, he was 233. He was never middleweight. That's the thing. Like Chael was never middleweight. He was just like shooting like at the weigh-ins to be like a middleweight. Like when he started the camp, he was 233. The week of the fight, he was still at like a week, maybe like 10 days out of the fight, he was still at like 220. So it's like that's not a middleweight, you know. You see many guys like Forrest like walking around at 222, and people say Forrest is huge, so is Chael, you know. So I feel like, you know, he's in the right weight class, and he's one of the strongest guys that I've trained with, like from top position. Like top position of Chael, like it's just excellent. Like he's just a part of like with any like black belt that I've trained with. I'm not saying that he's going to go there and like pass somebody's guard and submit him like with a nice armbar just like that, but he does have the top game to control somebody and eventually even get a submission.
Cool. And when do you want to get back in action? You mentioned you want to be in there soon. Everything seems pretty booked up through the rest of this year, but maybe early next.
No, here's the thing. Like it didn't take like 24 hours after my last fight to ask Joe when I was going to fight next. It's literally like I was in Canada still when I texted Joe like, hey Joe, you know, as soon as you find out like when I can fight again, just give me a fight. So like I asked him for December. He said December probably is going to be everything's going to be booked, so I cannot fight in December. But there is a show in Brazil supposedly for January, so there's a good chance for me to fight in there. I'm just assuming there though, you know. But just for the fact that, you know, it's going to be about 5 months after my last, so I should be fighting like either like January or February. But hopefully, you know, somebody gets hurt. I don't know if that's a good thing to say, but hopefully somebody gets hurt so I can replace somebody, take a fight like, you know, before the year ends. So
Joe Silva would definitely love to hear that. I appreciate the time. We'll let him get back to his son Vitor's inside. I'm Spencer Lazar, Vinny Magalhaes, MMAinterviews.tv.